Hello, ladies and gentlemen, everyone between. I'm your host, Masker, and I'm here to show you something very interesting. Today, we're gonna be talking about analog horror, but not any type. I'm talking about superhero horror. The video starts with the date of April 26, 1959, 20 years after the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne, which if you're familiar with Batman, you would know this date is important. Then it says the Elizabeth Arkham Asylum was placed under lockdown after a mysterious figure was spotted near the roof of the building. I wonder who could it be? Then it shows us a recovered footage of the lockdown announcement.
Attention, all staff at this time, just follow all lockdown procedures. There has been a disturbance in the roof of the building. The GCPD Gotham City Police Department and Arkham Security has been called to assess the situation. Follow all procedures for the following patients. Patient number 83357 alias Waylon Jones Killer Croc. Patient number 97567 alias Kirk Langstrom the Man-Bat. Patient number 72679 alias Dr. Pamela Lillian Isley, Poison Ivy. Patient 0, alias John Doe, the Joker.
It says if you encounter anything suspicious or some encounter with a man dressed like a bat, turn the other way and alert security, which should tell you how much scarier he is in this series.
This alert will keep playing until the situation has been resolved.
Then the tape ends, and then it says the individual was described as a man in a bat suit hiding in a dark corner. Then it shows us the artist rendition. And hey, will you look at that? It's his witness reporting that the man was seen walking toward the special containment area, which has all the patients in it. He was said to be muttering and looked malnourished as if he was isolated from Earth for a very period of time, after which screaming could be heard from the cells. But he was never seen again. Not him leaving the way he came, just vanished from nothing. However, what he left behind haunts the city of Gotham even to this day. From all the patients that were in the containment, only patient 0 survived. The rest horribly and disturbingly murdered each month with the bat symbol. The bodies were all neatly arranged in a shape resembling a bat. Each of the 3 patients had abnormal bodies, but all abnormalities were removed. Jones and both had their skin removed, with Jones also having his eyes and teeth removed. As well, EC was also discovered bald when she had originally had her fiery red hair. Langstorm had his arms amputated and suffered from blunt trauma from a pipe, as well as a sharp object in the shape of a bat impaled into his chest. Patient 0 was left not touched, but left in an even worse mental state than before. His doctors and physicians informed us of his drawings of the man and said that he won't stop talking about him and he's ready when he returns. Pretty similar to the Joker, and this was his drawing. Now, I'm not gonna say that Batman was normal, but this rendition of the Bat especially is very fitting into this analog horror. The tape starts with there have been more sightings of the Batman, as they're calling him now. So many people going around in capes and masks doing harm than good, like the Blue Boy Scout in Metropolis and the Fast Guy from Central City. It's strange that it was the same day of the murders of the Waynes 21 years ago. Oh, that poor Bruce. Now we know who is the Batman, Bruce Wayne, but from this point of view, no one really knows who he is. Before he went missing, he was said to have a strange behavior. According to the CEO of Cord Industries, Ted Cord, a friend of Bruce Wayne, he never got over a loss of his parents. He barely ate or drank, and he had crazy ideas of restoring order to Gotham. After Cord told me the court building on Founders Island was burned down with everyone inside. Here is a photo of Bruce before the incident and the last picture of Wayne. Some think he's dead, others back traveling around the world, and the photo was not of him, but there are some, including myself.
Citizens of Gotham, vengeance is coming. Citizens of Gotham, vengeance is coming.
The video starts with an interruption from the City of Gotham Police Department giving its citizens instructions of how to protect themselves from the bats. The recording specifies to never let their family members go outside, and it warns you that you're gonna lose them forever, and you don't want that to happen to you. Lock all your doors and windows so they don't get out. And on step 3, it says that you shall not make them interact with the bats, but this happens. The next video starts with a horror movie scene that then cuts with an emergency broadcast issued by Gotham City Police Department. We interrupt your current broadcast to bring you this message. It says that there has been a significant increase in missing people in the following areas because the Bat is roaming around Gotham freely. These places are Old Gotham, Miagani Island, Blake Island. If you receive this message, you are one of those areas that were mentioned earlier. It says a list of instructions. Keep all doors and windows locked, and don't let yourself or anyone leave your home by themselves under any circumstances. If you see any of these children or the Bat, call the police immediately. And then it will begin to show the missing individuals, and then it's gonna show you some familiar faces if you are interested in the Batman series or the comics, and Jason Todd. It starts with a picture of a castle, Wayne's Manor mysterious, caught ablaze. This is the photo of the house now. Most of the stuff inside the house was all destroyed except for some pictures of the family and a clock. Behind the clock, there was a door that led down into a cave. It shows us a picture of the entrance, which, if you know, this is gonna be the Batcave, where Batman stays in it. Then the owner of the tape specifies that, now I'm not supposed to show or tell any of these things, I'm about to tell you all because I snuck into the building myself after the police left. But when he went down there, he saw things that he shouldn't saw. Then it shows a picture of the Bat costume inside the Bat caves, which even without the person inside of it, it still gives unnerving presence. The owner of the video says, I discovered so many weird things, a modified car, which could mean the Batmobile, a lot of random files of history and specifics of Gotham. There was another list of files, a strange one, with a bunch of names, and what most shocked, my name was on there. Then it a list of names, which if you know the Batman franchise you would know most of them, but one of them is redacted, which could mean it is the name of the recorder. How does he have my name and why? The person of the recording asks. Also, why are these other people there? And before I could gather my thoughts, I saw them. Who, you may ask? Well, it's the people that are under Batman's control. But not before seeing him again. It shows a picture of the Batman himself with creepy ambience. He didn't even chase after, though just stared while they got onto their bike. Says that it looks like the police are trying to cover this up, probably because Chief's daughter is one of the missing, which is Barbara. They're telling everyone that the Bat is dead, which they shouldn't have because the crime is back up. Seemingly because if the only danger of Gotham is gone, that means the others will rise. The person making this tape says that they are leaving Gotham as soon as possible, not because of the high crime rate, but instead because they don't want to end up like those people in the Batcave. Then it says, if you don't hear from me, I'm either taken or have left the city. Then it switches to a poster saying Timothy Drake, which could mean that the person who entered the cave may not survive. Then it says on the final second of the video, don't go into the cave under Wayne's Manor. A red text appears, presumably by the man himself. Or I'll do to you what I did to the missings. It starts us with a familiar view of Jason Todd, one of the Robins. It shows us a photo of the man who kidnapped him, the Batman, and then he says, I'm going to tell you all what happened to the other people and why the Bat does what he does. So first, we would like to know what got him taken in the first place. Jason says that he used to live in Gotham on the really crappy side, and his dad was a crook who abandoned him and his mother. Because of this, his mom started to abuse, I'm not gonna say that. So he started to try to provide for him and his mother. He started to steal car parts and wheels and selling them on the street. Then his mother's life was cut short due to an overdose. He had no choice but to keep scrapping parts just to make some money. Then one night when Jason was walking outside, he saw a strange car. It shows us an image of what could be the Batmobile, which was worth a lot, so he was excited. So, as usual, he started to unscrew the wheels of the car. But then he was taken out of nowhere and he got knocked out by someone. Jason doesn't remember much, but he was tied up and gagged into the car. He then woke up in a cell in a cave, and there was other people in there. It could presumably be the Batcave. Jason managed to make a few friends in the cell. One of them was Richard Dick, which is one of the Robins in the main Batman story, who was a performer. But though, unfortunately, Dick was one of the first to turn. Then it shows a picture of some sort of a chamber. The Bat used to use some sort of a drug made out of a modified version of some substances known as venom. For some reason, Jason was the last one to go through the procedure, even though he was the fourth person he took. Then Jason mentioned a woman who was before him, who was a robber who went by the name Catwoman, who the Bat had a thing for. He shows a picture of the Catwoman and says below it she tried to put up a fight but got put down and taken somewhere else. Then it was Jason's turn, which was actually earlier because one of the prisoners managed to escape. Jason was led and tied up to a chair where the Bat started the process not before telling him about himself. And then it shows us a picture of a butler, which is Alfred, who the Bat seemingly said that it was like a father to him, especially after his parents died. But the difference is he died a few weeks after the parents' funeral due to having a stroke. Then Jason tells the Bat about his story, that both of his parents also died. The Bat stood and froze in his place. The Bat realized some kind of a bond. He realized both had dead parents. The Bat started asking Jason about joining him to rid Gotham of its criminals. But Jason didn't agree and told that he needed serious help and called the Bat a lunatic. The Bat normally didn't like the response that he got and released a gas called the fear toxin. The restraints were removed, so Jason took the opportunity and ran. When Jason was running, he felt as if there was something following him. Then something was attached to Jason and tried pulling him back. It was some sort of a rope. Luckily, there was a sharp bat-shaped object that fell, which Jason used to cut himself loose. Then Jason saw the Bat chasing after him, although he didn't look like he did before. When Jason finally exited the cave, the man stopped in his place. After he managed to get out, the house was starting to rumble. Then the house blew up. The cops arrived and started to ask Jason some questions. Then they asked Jason to draw a picture of him, and this was the image that he drew. From what it seems like, it's a timeline where both Bruce Wayne's parents and his butler Alfred both have died, which led him into being a superhero who did things in a much more darker way by killing villains and for some reason saving the Joker for last and brainwashing the people of Gotham into helping him through the use of the fear toxin. Finally, I've managed to actually complete the video right now. I'm so proud of it. What? What do you mean there's another one? Look, it's 6 a.m. I have no energy left in me. I'm gonna probably like fucking die, so I don't care. I'm gonna probably review the next episode when the other ones drop. Right now, I'm gonna stay on this. I was your host, Masker, and see ya later. Peace.